The Unity Schools All Student Association is seeking government partnership to fix the infrastructural rot in the public education sector of the nation. The President General of the association, Michael Majagi, made this known during our 40th Plenary Annual General Meeting held in Abuja. They say the partnership, if successful, will greatly improve the quality of education available to public secondary schools.
We believe that public schools should also be hallmarks of learning. In our time, public schools, the federal government colleges were among the best in the country. You either went to a federal government college or probably a faith-based school. And this was the standard. We even had international students coming to federal government college. Now the old students remember all that and were giving back. Okay, they say good children give back, right? So that's what we're doing, giving back to rebuild those schools, to try and bring them to where they used to be. And then through that also promote these elements of integration and nationhood, which the schools were set up for. A whole lot has deteriorated over the years. Infrastructure has gotten worse. There are issues around governance and corruption. And these I think we want to address. How can we bring the schools back to centers of excellence, centers of integration, centers for the future of Nigeria? So through alumni relations and all our interventions, we do hope to reverse the trend of decline and bring back top quality education to public schools. All our classmates didn't have that challenge. Today we now know that some of them have been challenged and we're bringing them into the agenda. You can see I brought him to the front seat and I want him to chair the committee that will look at the physically challenged and what we can do about them in the education space.
The Unity School itself, the wider platform, we've tried to engage ministries of education in policy initiatives, how we can continue to sort of like influence at a policy level. The new our President General has been quite active in that kind of partnership with government at different levels. There are signs that once we can influence at the top level, then it will be easier for our role to be more broadly recognized, and as key stakeholders we can continue to make our difference. As USOSANs, more and more we're thinking more about the immediate school environment. People are doing pockets of things. Again, where we have people in terms of USOSANs who are in that field, as long as it remains a major threat to education, then those of us who are experts in that field will volunteer USOSANs to act accordingly. Yes, you're right, it's a major threat, but as I said, it's easy to say, okay, those can be overcome by doing more virtual teaching, but I mean, you cannot absolve yourself of a wider societal threat, as it were.
The level of education system as at then while I was in school was quite okay compared to now. And it's a thing of joy to be a product of Unity School. But from what is happening as at now, I don't think most of the Nigerian parents are ready to send their product to Unity Schools due to insurgency and there's no much security compared to those days while we are there. They prefer their children to stay close to them instead of sending them far. My advice to parents as at now is that they should try and encourage their children and at the same time to encourage governments to provide more security. That'll be quite okay, you understand, and at the same time to entice parents to send their children to Unity School.
During my time at FDC Kanu, it was very beautiful. It was beautiful in the sense that we had people from different states, and actually most of my classmates, most of them, I didn't get to know where they were from until a few years ago when they started losing their parents, their children getting married. That's when I started knowing where they were from. So that tells you the kind of bond that we had. We were like siblings. It was very interesting. I think we had the best. Compared to now, is a no-go area. Now you can hardly, because of the insecurity, you'll find people can't let their children go as far back as can. As long as the security is taken care of, it will make it a lot easier for people to let their children go as far as the north, the east and the west.
My experience was quite good, you know. I used to live as far as Makurdi, Benue State, and I was schooling in Niger. And you know, it was quite a good time for us. Going to school was so super safe and everything. Nobody thinks of what we have now. It's quite unfortunate that Nigeria is where they are at the moment. And I do pray that we'll get back to the old state of country that we used to have.